Hi, I'm Jeremy Fisher, and this is part 5 of this series. If you're looking for parts 1 through 4, check the description of this video and you'll find some links there. If you're into music, playing guitar, and learning songs, please like and subscribe for more. In this lesson, we're going to learn 2 new chords. A minor, which looks and sounds like this, and D minor. All right, back to the A minor, and I'll just describe exactly what I'm doing here. So if you look at the chord diagram, you'll see there's an X on the 6th string. I start strumming from the 5th, and I've got the 5th string open. My middle finger is on the 2nd fret of the 4th string, my ring finger on the 2nd fret of the 3rd string, and my index finger is on the 1st fret of the 2nd string. And the 1st string is also open. All right, and now on to the D minor chord. So you may remember our D major shape is that triangle shape. This one, we're just taking one note and we're moving it down a fret, but to do that, we need to adjust our fingers. So this one has X's over the 6th and 5th strings. We're not gonna play those at all. The 4th string is open. The 2nd fret of the 3rd string, I've got my middle finger, then my ring finger on the 3rd fret of the 2nd string, and my index finger on the 1st fret of the 1st string. Sounds like this. Now we can combine these chords with the 4 that we've already learned and play a whole trove of new songs in new keys and new voicings for some of them. In the intro, I played a chord progression that's really common. It is most of the chords to the song Flowers by Miley Cyrus. It is the chords for Don't Cry by Guns N' Roses. If I mix up those chords, we can get Watermelon Sugar by Harry Styles. So these are super useful chords. Let's go over the progression for Flowers, which starts on the A minor, and we're gonna use a down, up strumming pattern in the right hand. Just be really careful to make sure that you're not hitting any open strings that you don't mean to be hitting. For example, on the A minor, you want to make sure you're not hitting that 6th string because it'll muddy the chord a little bit. So starting here, so we want to be careful, we want to be accurate with our right hand. So the progression goes A minor to D minor, and there are no common frets, so we just have to we can let that A string ring out in our transition. That'll give us a smoother transition. And then we're gonna go to the G chord, which we've learned to play like this. With the middle finger on the 3rd fret, the index finger on the 2nd fret of the 5th string, 3rd fret of the 6th string, 2nd fret of the 5th string, and then the ring finger on the 3rd fret of the 1st string. And then we're gonna go to C. So those are the fingerings for the chords the way we've learned them, but I'd like to show you a little trick on the G chord that's gonna help make your transitions a little smoother. So A minor to D, and then from this, to D minor, and then from this D minor shape, when we go to the G, we're gonna go and put our ring finger on the 3rd fret there, and our middle finger on the 2nd fret of the 5th string, and our pinky. We wanna do it like that because when we go to the C chord, we just take this exact shape and we move it 2 strings over. So I'm taking my ring finger on the 3rd fret here, moving to the 3rd fret of the 5th string, and my middle finger to the 2nd fret of the 4th string. So it just is that much easier than going like that. You can do it the other way. Honestly, these are just tips and things that I've picked up and find easier to do. If you find it easier to go with the way that I originally showed you, by all means. That's all this is trying to give you different pathways to making smooth transitions and making it easier to play. So let's go over it one more time. A minor, D minor, G major with the new finger pattern, new voicing here, same voicing, different finger pattern, to the C. And then we're gonna do down, up, and be mindful of not hitting any open strings you're not wanting to hit. Trying for smooth transitions always. I'm usually thinking about that, what I'm mentally preparing for the next chord when I'm on that last upstroke, or maybe even the last downstroke. So I'm gonna point out when I'm making the mental shift and I'm picturing my fingers in the new shape. Because once I get them on here, I've got my A minor, and this is all in your head, but once I've got my A minor, I don't need to think about A minor. My fingers are there. I just need to press down and hold the strings down well so that they sustain. Now I'm thinking chord change D minor, and I'm actually picturing my fingers there. Now I'm thinking G. Now I'm thinking C. And now I'm thinking A minor. And so on. So it really helps to visualize that change that you're going to make, because once you've got your fingers in place, you're kind of on autopilot for that chord. And if you can always stay mentally a little bit ahead of where your hands are, it's gonna make it a lot smoother for you as you're speeding up and getting these songs to the tempo and the feel that you wanna hear them in. Let's review the 6 chords we've learned so far. We've got G major, C major, D major, E minor, A minor, and D minor. Remember to go slow and be patient with yourself. Always review, repeat. Repetition is so important. And reinforce the concepts that you're learning so that you can internalize them and get to a point where you're not thinking about it, it becomes second nature to you. I'm Jeremy Fisher. I'll see you back here soon for another music lesson. And if you're looking for more tutorials, including chord charts and tabs, you can follow me on Patreon at patreon.com/JeremyFisherMusic. I'll see you soon.